All right, so Netflix's latest numbers just dropped, and wow, it is a roller coaster. We're seeing some absolutely massive wins on revenue and hit shows, but there's also this huge, kind of out-of-nowhere expense that really throws a wrench in the works. So let's get into it.
So, the big question on everyone's mind is, how did Netflix really do this quarter? Was it good? Was it bad? Well, that's the thing. The answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's really a story of some incredible highs and one really significant, unexpected low.
Think of it like an actual report card, right? On one side, you've got straight A's. Revenue growth? Check. Monster hit shows? Double check. They absolutely nailed it. But then you look over to the other side, and you see this big red X next to their profit target. And the story behind why that X is there is where things get really fascinating.
Okay, so let's start with the good stuff. Section 1, a quarter of hits. This is all about the financial highlights, the numbers that had Wall Street cheering, and honestly, for very good reason. Just look at this number. Netflix brought in a massive $11.5 billion in revenue. That's a 17% jump from this time last year. And this wasn't just a lucky break. It was perfectly in line with what they told investors to expect. They called their shot, and they nailed it.
So what's the secret sauce here? Well, it's not just one thing. Their growth is coming from this really powerful combination of three things. They're adding more members, they're being super smart with their pricing, and that ad business of theirs is just taking off like a rocket.
Okay, so if revenue was so strong, profits must have been amazing too, right? Well, not exactly. And this is where the story takes a sharp turn. Let's talk about the Brazilian tax surprise. This is where we need to unpack that huge $619 million problem.
Now, you're probably wondering, why did the profits miss? Did they spend way too much money on a new show? Did subscribers start leaving? Nope. The real reason is actually way more complex, and it all comes down to a very specific and pretty complicated tax issue.
All right, get ready for this name because it's a mouthful. The culprit is something called the Contribution for Intervention in Economic Domain. Yeah, I know. But here's what you actually need to know. It's basically a unique 10% tax in Brazil on certain payments to companies outside the country. And the key thing here is that it's treated as a cost of doing business, not like a normal income tax.
And the financial hit from this? It was staggering. We're talking about a one-time expense of $619 million. That's not a typo, and it retroactively covers the period from 2022 all the way to now. That single charge is what completely erased what would have been a solid profit beat.
But Netflix was really quick to get out in front of this and calm everyone down. Their CFO, Spence Neumann, basically said, look, we've handled this, we don't expect it to be a big problem going forward. So the message to investors was pretty clear. This was a painful, one-time hit, and now it's in the rearview mirror.
Okay, enough about taxes and accounting. Let's get to the really exciting part. Because honestly, the real story of Netflix's dominance is all about winning the eyeball war. It's about their content and their incredible, almost scary ability to keep our attention.
I mean, just take a look at this. In two of their biggest markets, the US and the UK, Netflix has hit its highest ever share of total TV viewing time. Think about that. Despite all the competition, all the other streaming services, Netflix is capturing more of our time than ever before. It's kind of wild.
And what's driving this success? Oh, just a few absolute cultural juggernauts. We're talking about their most popular film ever, K-Pop Demon Hunters, the return of Adam Sandler and Happy Gilmore 2, Season 2 of Wednesday. And then they streamed the Canelo Crawford fight, which pulled in over 41 million viewers. It was just hit after hit after hit.
And K-Pop Demon Hunters is the perfect example of what Netflix does best. It wasn't just a movie. It became a full-blown cultural phenomenon. Its music topped the Billboard charts, its characters were the most searched Halloween costumes, and it sparked these massive toy deals with both Mattel and Hasbro. That's when you know you've created something much, much bigger than a film.
So, all of this raises the big question. How does Netflix keep this incredible momentum going? After a quarter like this, what could possibly be next? Let's dig into their strategy for the future.
Their whole strategy really seems to focus on three key pillars. First, grow that ad business even faster. Second, go bigger on live events. And third, innovate with interactive stuff like games and AI.
And that ad-supported business, it is on fire. It launched less than 3 years ago, and it's already on pace to more than double its revenue this year alone.
It's quickly becoming a core part of their entire business, not just a little side project.
They're also pushing into totally new kinds of entertainment. Get ready for a whole bunch of party games, things like Pictionary and Lego Party, that you can play right on your TV, but using your phone as the controller. They're essentially trying to turn family game night into a streaming experience.
But of course, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the content, right? That's what keeps us subscribed. And when you look ahead, their upcoming schedule is, well, it's absolutely stacked.
Just get ready for this lineup. For the rest of this year, we're getting the final season of Stranger Things, a new Knives Out mystery, and even live NFL games. Then 2026 brings back huge fan favorites like Bridgerton and One Piece, plus massive new projects like a Narnia film from Greta Gerwig and a Peaky Blinders movie. It just doesn't stop.
So this all leads us to the ultimate question. After a record-breaking quarter where they delivered their most popular film ever and captured more of our attention than ever before, can they do it again? With this powerhouse slate coming up, can they create the next global obsession? I guess only time will tell.